Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're talking about lowered cars. You know that thing where it looks like the car has settled and one loose screw away from disaster? Yeah, that. But is it all it's cracked up to be? We're diving deep into the pros and cons of dropping your ride so you can decide if it's the right move for you. Because, let's be honest, slamming your car to the ground isn't just about looking cool. Although, let's be honest, that's a big part of it. Stick around and let's talk about it. One of the biggest arguments in favor of lowering your car is the supposed improvement to handling. And, to be fair, there's some truth to that. Lowering your car lowers its center of gravity. Basic physics, right? That lower center of gravity can lead to less body roll in the corners. Less body roll means the car stays flatter and, theoretically, can carry more speed through a turn. Now, I say theoretically because most of us aren't exactly out there setting track records in our slammed Civics. But, hey, if it feels faster, it counts, right? Plus, a lowered car just feels more planted, more responsive. You feel more connected to the road, which, for a lot of driving enthusiasts, is a huge plus. Okay, let's be honest, for a lot of people, the number one reason to lower their car is simple. It looks cool, and I have to admit, a well-executed drop can make a car look absolutely killer. It gives it this aggressive, sporty stance that just screams, "Get out of my way, Grandma, this lane is for merging." Plus, let's not forget the customization aspect. Lowering your car opens up a whole world of possibilities when it comes to wheels, tires, body kits, the whole 9 yards. You can really make it your own. It's like turning your car into a rolling reflection of your personality. Or at least your desire to look like you just left a Fast and Furious movie marathon. Okay, buckle up kids, because it's time for a dose of reality. Lowering your car isn't all sunshine and tail-wagging good times. One of the biggest downsides is the increased wear and tear on your suspension components. Remember that whole altered geometry thing we talked about earlier? Yeah, that puts a lot of stress on your suspension parts. Bushings, ball joints, control arms, you name it. And stressed out suspension parts mean more frequent trips to the mechanic. And we all know how much fun those are. Especially when you're shelling out your hard-earned cash to replace parts that probably would have lasted a lot longer if you hadn't gone all fast and furious on your suspension. Another thing they don't tell you about lowering your car is that it turns the world into an obstacle course. Speed bumps become Everest, potholes become the Grand Canyon. That steep driveway at your friend's house? Forget about it, you're parking on the street. You basically have to treat every road like it's a minefield, carefully navigating around anything that might resemble a bump. And don't even get me started on parking garages. You'll be lucky to find one you can even get into, let alone one that doesn't leave your front bumper looking like it went through a cheese grater. Let's talk about ride comfort, or lack thereof. Lowering your car usually involves stiffening up the suspension. Stiffer suspension means less body roll, which is great for handling, but not so great for your spine. Every bump, every crack in the pavement, you're going to feel it. And if you live in a place with rough roads, well, let's just say you better invest in a good chiropractor. Now, I know some people don't mind a harsher ride, and that's fine. But if you're the kind of person who enjoys a smooth, comfortable ride, lowering your car might not be the best idea. Unless you really like feeling every pebble on the road, in which case, knock yourself out. So there you have it, the pros and cons of lowering your car. On the one hand, you've got improved handling, a killer look, and endless customization options. On the other hand, you've got increased wear and tear, a constant fear of scraping, and a ride that can be best described as bone-jarring. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to lower your car is a personal one. There's no right or wrong answer. Just weigh the pros and cons, think about how you use your car, and make the decision that's right for you. And hey, if you do decide to slam your ride, send us some pics. We'd love to see them. Just be careful out there on the roads. Those speed bumps are no joke.